Good day, everyone. Sanbonani, Abshini, Dumelang, Da, Sanbonani. Before we continue, please subscribe, hit the like button, and share the video with as many learners as possible. I don't care which part of the country, Natali, KZ, or KZN, Natali, Northwest, Mpumalanga, Gauteng, Northern Cape, Western Cape, all of the provinces just share so that I'll be creating information. Right? Today we'll be focusing on grade 11 work, and as always, I will be starting with the instructions. The first thing you need to do is make sure you read the instructions. They're important. They will give you direction, right? Uh, each question paper has its own instructions. We all start them. Read the following instructions carefully before answering the question. This question paper consists of 9 question papers, so you must know check if there are 9, they correspond. Answer all the questions, all number capital letter, right? However, when you answer the question, start by answering the ones as easy, collect the points, and then when you are done, you can answer the rest. There's a method to that, or manually and randomly. Number the answers correctly according to the numbering system using the question paper. Please number the question like the question paper numbers them. Don't change the numbering. 1 no 1.1 accent to 1. 1.18 no 1.1 accent to 1. So please, bathong ba modimo, number rang according to question paper. That's simple. Clearly show all calculations, diagrams, graphs, etc. that you have used in determining your answer. So if your answer needs graphs, needs calculations, or needs diagrams, you must draw them more. I always say don't answer on a scrapbook and then transfer, because when you do that, you write answers only. Answer there, make mistakes there, because the marker will be forced to check your steps and you might get marks from them. Answers only will not necessarily be awarded full marks. I just said that. You may use an approved scientific calculator if you need it, unless stated otherwise. So the questions that say without the use of a calculator. Equation might without the use of a calculator. Ungasebenzisi calculator. Iyakutshela kule part ye-question paper. Don't use a calculator. A questionnaire uskayibenzisa calculator. Motho wabatho uskayiberekisa calculator. Uskathi like abo clever. We can see the answers at the calculator as compared to the answers at tlhaloganyo, because we taught this ko classing during the year. If necessary, round off answers to 2 decimal places unless stated otherwise. You see, it even tells you if you find questions where you have to round off, you don't have to ask yourself, do I round off to 1, 2, or 3? It's written in the instruction. But if you skip the instruction, you'll never know. You'll do mistakes, you'll lose marks. Diagrams are not necessarily drawn to scale. An information sheet with formula is included at the end of the question paper, so make sure, however, maths, you go at the back to beg with a formula sheet icon, especially when you're dealing with trigonometry and all of those things. A formula. Write neatly and legibly. So please, every time you get a question paper, remember instruction first. Okay. So then the question 1.1.1, right? We are going to solve for the most simplest x. How do we know what is the simplest x you will ever solve for the question paper? Because of the mark allocation, 82 marks. So my 82 marks is telling you what you don't have to do much. Lana, we're expecting 2 steps, 2 marks, 2 steps, or 2 answers, depending on how the marker marks, right? Okay, again. Now, uma ungathi uyasibheka lesibalo 1.1.1 solve for x. Sithi open bracket 2x plus 1 close bracket. Maybe sithi 5 minus x. So sithi open bracket open bracket 2x plus 1 close bracket, then it says 5x minus 1 close bracket equals to 0. When we solve for x, it must be equals to something. We call that an equation. Let me check to verify if what I'm saying is correct. It is. Okay. Now, when you solve for x, there's a method. With mathematics, there's a method for everything, right? The method is more important than an example. So the first step is that you must put your equation in standard form, SF. Number 2, you must simplify. Simplify meaning which you must have 1a, 1b, and 1c. Remember, ax squared plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Then 3, you must factorize. In grade 10, we did a lot of factorizing. From grade 8, you've been factorizing. So you must use one of the factorization methods, maningi, right? And then besebati ZPP, zero product principle. Zero product principle, which after you have done the first one, standard form. Standard form means equals to 0. So you must make sure with your equation is equals to 0. So must be the equation layer. It's equals to 0. It means it's in standard form. Check. Simplify means what you must put it in ax squared plus bx plus c. So Lana, they've already done that. They've even factorized. If you look at your equation, it's factorized because a factorization we want a bracket. So it means 3 of the steps are done. The only thing you are supposed to do is apply the zero product principle. That's why we 2 marks, right? So applying the zero product principle, meaning zero product principle. This is a product. 2x plus 1 guma brackets and 5x minus 1 guma brackets. That's a product. So you must put 0 in each product. That's why we call it the zero product principle. So it means we say we take the first product. Let me erase local. When you solve for x, people, we always use this. Nizobona, everywhere I go, I'll be using the same thing. Standard form, simplify, the same method, different examples, right? But in same shit, different day, right? So you say 2x plus 1 equals to 0, or 5x minus 1 equals to 0. This is what the zero product principle is, right? Because they've already put in standard form, they've already simplified, they've already factorized. So when you just divide the 2 brackets, then from Lapo, we do less the basis as a grade 10, you transpose, positive 1 turns into negative 1, so you have 2x is equals to negative 1, and then you divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here, about 2 by a cancel, and your final answer is x is equals to negative 1 over 2, right? So you get a mark for that. See the lana, same thing. Transpose the negative 1, the negative will turn into a positive, so you'll have 5x is equals to positive 1, divide by 5. Spunu x be 1, by the way. When we solve for x, spunu x be 1. And then you say x is equals to 1 over 5. So you get a mark also for this. So the important stuff, Lana, is to make sure you meet the principles. I think it's Palepansi because I'll be using them over and over. So number 1, we said it must be in standard form, meaning it was equals to 0. By equals to 0. Number 2, we said it must be simplified. Simplified meaning it must have 1a, 1b, and 1c. Ax squared plus b plus c. So ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. That's simplified. Number 3, it must be factorized. These are the steps for solving for x. And then number 4, the zero product principle. Motatama brackets and equate each to 0. This was easy enough, right? Okay. Let's try the second one. I think I'll do a solve for x 1 or 2 yana, because I like I don't like to overburden you guys with information. I want to do one, you go, you practice it, you come back, we do another, and then wherever you have questions, my email is there. You can contact me. Email you'll find down there. 1.1.4 is interesting. These are SARs. So it's x plus we say x plus square root of is equals to something. So masixwalise phansi square root. What do we put there? According to the question paper, we say x plus 2x minus 3 is equals to 3. So it's 2x minus 3, which is equals to 3. 2x minus 3 equals to 3. Okay, guys. Now remember, there's a formula to solve all of these. Now, this one is not a normal solve for x. It's a SAD, right? A SAD meaning it has a root. So the first thing we must do, we must destroy the root, right? So siyazi sonke ukuthi uBatman noJoker bayasabana, right? uJoker ukhona ukubulala uBatman, Batman ukhona ukubulala uJoker. Spider-Man noVenom, wabona ilanga nenyanga lezatsi lingwedi. So to destroy root also has its own enemy, and it can only be destroyed by that enemy and nothing else. So what's the enemy of root is an exponent. So before we destroy the root, we must isolate the root. Before udila ngomuntu kumele umbeka be1, because manje unomngane uno plus x, asimfuni plus x la, so simisa ngalo. So we say, okay, square root of 2x minus 3 is equals to 3 minus x. Total of x and transpose asimisa ngalo. So we have 3 minus x. Minus in the square root c1 on the left hand side. This is the left hand side. And then the other equation is on the right hand side. Besifuna square root sibe 1 vele ukuthi sikhona ukusibulala nge-exponent. So since kuyi-square root, kusho ukuthi i-root yaka 2, i-cubed root i-root yaka 3, fourth root i-root yaka 4. So ma kuyi-square root sisibulala nge-square, ma kuyi-cubed root sibulala nge-cube, ma kuyi-fourth root sibulala nge-exponent of 4. I hope niyangithola. So lana since kuyi-square root sizothi to the exponent of 2, mara ukuyibalance because lo exponent of 2 sizenzele kumele simfake nangapha so that we balance the exponent of 2. So masenza kanjalo le square root nalo 2 lo ziyakhanselana, and then you are remaining with 2x minus 3 kulela side. And then lo square root ka 2 lana uzo affecta le equation ka 3x minus 2. Kanjani? Mawufuna ungavula ama bracket ayi2, right? Bese uyenza distributive method, or you can say, okay, the bracket squared, will square the first term. 3 squared is 9. You square the last term, which is plus x squared, right? And then you multiply, let's just ngaphakathi bracket 3 times x, then you multiply them by 2. So it's 3x times 2, which will give us negative 6x. Square the first term, square the last term, bese multiply lezi ngaphakathi, you multiply them by 2. Now remember, we said a method data is very simple. Put in standard form, simplify. So masibheka le equation yethu, is it in standard form? Meaning, is it equals to 0? No, it's not equals to 0, right? So we must put it in standard form. Meaning manje kumele sithathe lezi ezingapha ziyojoyina u-x squared. X squared maka positive ngale zonke kumele ziye ngale ziyojoyina u-x squared positive. Sihamba nabantu aba-positive, right? So kuzosala u0 lana, u2 makaya ngale. So masiyibeka kahle sithi x squared minus 6x plus 9. U2x masimiyesa ngale is positive 2x, iyachange uba negative 2x. And then negative 3 masimiyesa ngale iyachange uba positive 3. So we have x squared now. This is the x squared, negative 6x plus 9, right? and then we take the 2x, it becomes negative 2x. We take the negative 3, it becomes the positive 3. Then it's in standard form, right? So it doesn't matter if 0 ngapha or ngapha. We prefer 0 abe ngapha though on the right hand side. So now we look for like terms. X squared bengaki we 1. So simple. I gonna like 10. Manje siyasimplify manje. Yabona bo x by 2, x kumele abe 1 siyasimplify. Amanamba ethu inamba kumele ibe 1 siyasimplify. So sithi negative 6x minus 2x izosipha negative 8x. And then after lapho sithini 9 plus 3. Look at our method. Now we've put it in standard form. The equation is equals to 0. We've simplified it. We have 1x squared, 1x, no one number. All right. So the next step between we must factorize. Now we have multiple factorization methods. Kumele usebenzise factorization method right. First factorization method is always in common factor. There's nothing common lana, so common factor doesn't apply. So we open the two brackets because we have a trinomial equals to 0. Equals to 0. Abanye bathanda ukuthi bamiyeke equals to 0 and then I join later on. X by 2. So x y1 simfaka la, or x y1 simfaka la. After move, 9 plus 3 is 12. So we are looking for a number. When we multiply, it gives us 12. And then when we add, it gives us 8. So that number will be, let's look for multiples of 12. 1 times 12, 2 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 plus 6 is 8. So it means the number is 6 and 2, right? Number must be multiplier, it gives us this last term. Now since it's positive, it means amasayina ayafana nele semaphakathini. So here we have minus 6 minus 2. So we have x minus 6 in brackets and x minus 2 in brackets is equals to 0. Says factorizing, which was the third step. The step said we must factorize. Manje senzani 0 product principle. Lama bracket they are called the products. They are multipliers. So each bracket sipha u0 wakhona, which means x minus 6 will be equals to 0. Uyaphuma kuma brackets, or x minus 2 will be equals to 0. So start lezi z2 lezi, the divider, and then each one refer 0 wayo. From lapho we solve for x ngamanje. X kumele asale 1, siqala ngale. Sithi x is equals to start to 6, simisa ngalo ku 0, change isibongo, negative becomes positive. So it becomes equals to 6. Or we take the 2, send it that side, x will be equals to 2. Then we have solved for x. That's simple, guys. The method doesn't really change, right? The method doesn't really change. I want you to write this down. Standard form equals to 0, simplified, a 1x squared, 1b, 1x, 1c, and then factorize, and then zpp. And then when you practice today, take your questions, solve for x questions, take all solve for x questions, except for the ones as it round off to 2 decimal places. Those ones we're going to do another time. And then try to apply this method. Make sure it's in standard form, make sure it's simplified, make sure it's factorized, make sure you use the 0 product principle, and then see how many you get correct and how many you get incorrect. And then if you have any inquiries, any queries, you want to ask me any question, there's an email below, link. Don't forget to subscribe, and then don't also forget to hit the like button. Lastly, mashare bafethu information, mashare mangabe kusebenzele, mangabe ungunderstandile, bonisa umngane wakho maybe naye uyadinga lo ncedo. Okay guys, sharp